Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Voices from the Van. This one, I'm sure we're going to talk about the same things we usually do, but here we are, and it is some interesting energy right now. There is this really amazing push to get things done, move forward, harvest. We're in that time of year. And yet, for some, or at some moments, I'll say it at some moments, there is this need to just be still, to not necessarily try to figure it out, not maybe even have the answers. And for lots of us, that can kind of pull us side to side. We have no idea if we're coming or going, what we're supposed to focus on, how we're supposed to focus on it, what we're supposed to do. We are kind of coming into the cooler temperatures and the colder months, and so usually at this time of year we're starting to harvest and stockpile and make sure that things are done and sorted out and finishing touches are completed on things so that we can go into winter or into hibernation mode, right? And so you may find that you're starting to slow down a little bit. You may not have the same energy that you had before, or maybe that's been going on for a while, and that's okay. Give yourself permission to just be still for a little bit. Yet at the same time, try to find the balance between isolating yourself too much and not. Because that can be the struggle sometimes, finding the balance and trying to figure out how to move through your days, yet take one moment at a time. Because there really is lots of energy surrounding this one moment at a time. Sometimes things can be great and all is well. And when things are great and all is well, we tend to move a little bit easier. We tend to have an easier time. But when things get a little bit rough, or we feel stuck, or we feel like we just don't have what it takes, or we're struggling with whatever it is, any number of things, then we get stuck into these patterns and we're just kind of surviving. And that's what's happening right now. Lots of us are feeling like we're just surviving. It's okay. And it's okay to really honor that and say, you know what, today I'm going to give myself time and space. Today I'm going to honor that I feel stuck. Because a lot of times we try to plug away through it, or we try to dismiss it, or we try not to pay attention to it, or we try to, talk ourselves out of, well, if you keep sitting in this, blah, 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 blah. But realistically, we need to honor what's coming up for us, right? We need to honor the moments of frustration, sadness, anger, guilt, happy, joy, like whatever is coming up. As humans, we tend to just move so quickly through everything that we're not giving ourselves time to really process what's happening, or why it's happening, or how we're feeling about it. Because we just think in our heads, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep plugging along. And yeah, if you really step back and look at the bigger picture, you're pretty kick-ass. You keep on going, you keep on plugging away, right? And don't try to tell me that you don't, because here you are listening to this one more day, right? The next time, the next moment, one day at a time, one thing at a time. And we are way stronger than we give ourselves credit for, because all we see are the flaws or the problems or the things that we're stuck in. We don't see the resilience. We don't see the moments where we decided we would get up and do it anyway. We don't see the moments where we decided we would sit and be still and give ourselves time. Because when we sit and we're still and we give ourselves time, then we beat ourselves up for not doing something more productive. Here's the thing. Sitting and giving yourself time and being still is productive. Okay? So if you can think of that, hear my voice every time you say, I'm just going to sit for a 5-minute break. That is productive. Yes, it is. Doesn't that feel better to know that no matter what we're doing, it's productive? And I don't want to make it like productive that we always have to be producing something. I just mean that we get it in our heads that if we're not producing something, if we're not doing something, if we're not completing something, then we're wasted time, or blah, blah, blah. There's no wasted time. Spending time on yourself and giving yourself a moment to sit and be still is not wasted. Going for a drive on a back road full of gorgeous color changing trees and stuff is not a waste of time. It's not a waste of my gas either. And every time I think of it as a waste, like, what does that do to my energy? Nothing. So I think about it as a time to get into nature and beauty and see the things that really make me happy. Because I love color and I love nature and I love trees and I love to be on the back roads. Clearly you know that because you've probably tuned in before. So let's, for today, just for today, and then tomorrow just for tomorrow, but for today, just for today, we are going to give ourselves permission to do what we need to do for us. We're going to give ourselves permission to process what we need to process and also honor what's coming up for us. Be okay with those moments of stillness that you are probably craving, and know that, you know what, you are one pretty kick-ass person. You continue to kick ass day in and day out, no matter what's on your plate, no matter what is happening, no matter how many places you're running to, no matter what's going on in your life, in your world, in the world around you, whatever. I want you to know that you are very much appreciated, that it is a fabulous day to have a fabulous day, that despite our struggles and despite the things that we are working through and despite whatever else is happening, we keep showing up as hard as that is, because that is hard work. It's hard to show up. It's also hard to not show up. So if you're struggling to show up and you're not, that's okay too, because it's a work in progress. You are a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. We are all works in progress. I wish you the most amazing day. I send you brilliant love and hugs and all things warm and fuzzy, because you deserve all things warm and fuzzy and hugs and love and appreciation and compassion and grace and all those beautiful things. This is Shannon Taylor, Voices from the Van, reminding you that you are pretty kick-ass and that you are spectacular. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.